Everybody, my name is Peter Rockwell. I'm the category manager for wine for the Nova Scotia Liquor Corporation and one of the organizers of the Festival of Wines, which is going on all week here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Today I'm going to give you a little bit of behind-the-scenes look at the show before we start our first one at 1 o'clock. So again, all week long we'll be doing events. We've had some great partners with local restaurants, the Bicycle Thief and Lot 6, and some winemakers dinners. We had a great event, premium event at the Casino in Nova Scotia, and we've been doing some great other tastings throughout in different locations throughout the city, including the Prince George Hotel. So again, if you're today, we've got two shows. This is the 23rd, Friday the 23rd of September. Tomorrow, the 24th, we have two shows, and this is the gala tasting. So all the wines that we've been talking about, really for about a year, to be honest. It's a long time to organize this event. It's all going to culminate here over the next 2 days. At 1 o'clock, we'll start our first show, a 3-hour show. We'll have another one tonight at 7. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock. So if you're joining us this afternoon at 1 o'clock, you're going to get to see exactly what's going to happen when you arrive. In fact, people are lining up already to get in. If you're coming tonight or tomorrow, it'll give you an idea of what to do when you arrive, what's going to happen, what the store looks like, and of course, what's happening in the big room where all the wines are. I'm standing here in front of the our social media banner, so if you want to pop in, get a shot of yourself, posing, maybe do a little blue steel, whatever you like, totally up to you. And then work your way over to the main entrance. So again, we're here at the Cunard Centre, which is in downtown Halifax, downtown historic Halifax, and only a few steps away from historic Pier 21. It's where a lot of the cruise ships arrive here in Halifax. So we've got a lot of people, a lot of busy things going on. The weather's looking pretty good for wine tasting. So let's imagine you're just about to arrive. So here we are. We've got lots of our NSLC wine team here and other folks from throughout the organization here to help you make your way easily and seamlessly into the wine. You walk in. Lots of folks, lots of action going on. If you brought a jacket this afternoon, I don't know if you really need one, you can check it here. It's Coat Check, original name, we came up with it ourselves. Say hi. Hi. So you can leave your jackets, enjoy yourself, hang out. If you need to pick up a ticket or found something or lost something, right here, right in the way in, easy to find, you can pop that in. So that taken care of. Didn't have a jacket, had a jacket. Lost something, didn't lose something. Need a ticket, you're cool. You're going to rate to our greeters. Walk up. Why, thank you, Stephen. That was totally practice. We practiced that a lot. So you'll be given a festival book. So the guidebook will have all of the nearly 360 wines that we brought in from over 12 countries. In past years, and this is the 21st year of the Festival of Wines, in past years we focused on individual countries, on different themes. This year's theme is Old World and New World. Now we thought those are two terms that we use all the time, in the wine industry, but do people really understand what those mean? Old World really refers to wines that, from countries that have been at it a long time. In some cases, 3,000 years. We're thinking countries like primarily European, like those in France, Spain, Portugal, Germany, and Italy. New World, a bit more of the upstarts. They've become famous for wine maybe in the last 20, 30 years. Think Australia, New Zealand, Chile, Argentina, the United States, Canada, and certainly here we're going to have a lot of great local wines made here in Nova Scotia, and South Africa. That sort of balances between both. They've been making wine for over 300 years, but to a lot of people, South Africa is still brand new. So here in Nova Scotia, we think of them as New World. The book is laid out by country with tasting notes already put in, but of course you can add your own as you progress through the show, with our pricing, locations, where they are in our store, which we'll get to in a minute, and it comes with your own little pencil. So I'm going to give you a few tips on coming to a wine show too. So let's start with the first one. It's a pencil. If you prefer a pen, you have a favorite pen, I always bring my own favorite pen. This allows you to write the way you like and make it cleaner and easier. So that's typical. So again, I'm Peter Rockwell. category manager of wine for the Nova Scotia Liquor Corporation and one of the organizers of the Festival of Wines. And we're here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, along the beautiful waterfront to give you a little bit of an intro, a little behind the scenes into our Festival of Wines, the largest wine event that the NSLC puts on, and one of the largest across Canada. So you have your book. Now maybe you want to do a little group shopping or browsing before you get into the actual wine tasting. So let's walk in and have a look at the store. Every product that's in this book and that you're tasting, you can purchase on site. So 361. We can walk by. We have all set of cash registers. Debit, credits, popular cash. Cash is always popular. So we lay out the store by country. Certainly we find that when the consumer is looking to buy wine, country, if not the first, is certainly one of the top thoughts on where they want to buy from. So maybe we make it easy for you. Everything's by country. And later on when we're in the tasting room, when you're in the tasting room, you'll notice as well that everything is laid out by country. So if you love Australian wines, you can go to the Australians. Like New Zealand, local Canada, you can go and find all those wines at once. Really try a breadth of all of what we hope is happening right now, 2016, in those countries. Really gives you an idea of what's, really a temperature gauge for the quality, the style, and the different kinds of wines that are from each of those countries. So let's start. So again, we're a little bit early, so again, behind the scenes, no one's here yet. We got our sales team checking out the wines, making sure they know where everything is, so they can help you when you're shopping. But we'll walk over and have a look. As we walk by, though, the NSLC, when we're trying all the wines, we try well over 1,000 wines to get it down to about 360. Of those wines, we review each one, blind tasting panel, our core team of tasters, and we score them all, as many modern publications do, out of 100. We take those scores and we run them up and see who is the highest, and those we award over 35 different awards. Those awards can be from country, because we know, as I said, country is very important to us, by price points, by grape varieties, and by style. So two of the most important awards for us are those best under $20. We have a red and a white. The top scoring red wine under $20 is called the Young Brut from Casella. If you're a lover of Yellowtail, this is one of their more modern, upscale style wines at $18.99. Rich, full-bodied, great label. I love the packaging. It really tells you all about the wine before you even taste it. On the white sense, Ticaho from Tapau Winery in New Zealand. Crisp, full-bodied Sauvignon Blanc. So a great yin to the red's yang. If you like rich reds and dry, crisp whites, these two are definitely going to be the hottest sellers at the show. So walk over. Hey, Jane.
Hey, Peter, nice to see ya.
Thank you, Wanda. So again, we lay the store out by country, alphabetically. We start with Argentina, work our way to Australia. Yeah, Argentina is a very interesting country, very famous for making the Malbec grape variety that originated in France. Now, really, they are the premium producers of it, although there are still some French Malbecs produced, and we have a few here tonight, or this afternoon. Australia, again, we just talked about the Young Brut, what a fantastic, rich, full-bodied wine. But the variety of Australian wines is so vast. They produce wines from almost every mainstream grape variety and a lot of really unique ones as well. One of my favorites is made by a company called Tabil. If you like Sauvignon Blanc, you like Chardonnay, Marsanne's almost in between. It's a terrific wine. And Tabil is a pioneer of it. And also a white wine that can age quite a bit. And under $20, $19.99. So we walk along into Canada. Again, I mentioned local wines and Canadian wines. Over the past 10 years, they've become some of the most well-reviewed and high-scoring wines in the world. And our local wines for vineyards like Benjamin Bridge, Avondale Sky, Luckett, Devonian Coast, Piners Ridge. Terrific, rich, full-bodied reds, crisp, clean whites with a bit of aromatics. The Tidal Bay designation that was created about 5 years ago has put Nova Scotia on the map, as has our sparkling wines, and styles of wine like Nova 7, which is a tremendous sort of off-dry, lightly effervescent, but very floral and easy-drinking style of wine. And of course, Chile. Chile, terrific country, famous for its sort of lighter-bodied wines, but in the last couple of years has been coming on real strong, with great value, full-bodied, deep and delicious whites and reds. France? Well, France has been making wine for a while. 500 years or so. Germany? Certainly wines, if you like something that's a little bit off-dry, a little bit sweeter. Riesling's their primary grape variety. Italy, well, we could probably do an entire podcast here on Italy. There's just so much to say. Fantastic country, 3 distinctive zones. You think that along the boot, everything from rich and complicated at the top to deep and delicious in the bottom, to all kinds of great stuff in the middle. Everything from Tuscany, Piedmont to the north. I mean, the names and regions just go on and on. You think of Prosecco, sparkling wine. You think of Pinot Grigio, light dry. Terrific stuff. New Zealand. We're going to talking about New Zealand. We mentioned the Sauvignon Blanc, but New Zealand is way more to New Zealand than Sauvignon Blanc. Fantastic Pinot Noir, fantastic Syrah, fantastic red blends. They're all going to be available here. Portugal, not just a fortified producer. They make lots of great reds and lots of great whites. South Africa. Why, look, it's Rael.
Hello.
Rael, come over and join us.
Sure.
We're just staying by South Africa. Rael Swan is one of our retail specialists. Rael, why don't you just tell everyone what a retail specialist is relative to all the folks that work in our store?
Sure. So for myself, I work at our port location and in our store. I'm a go-to resource for our customers, staff training, product knowledge, trying to elevate the customer experience and help people with their recommendations and whatnot.
So there's a lot of wines here. Almost 60. Do you have any favorites?
Many favorites to be discovered, I'm sure. One of my favorite things about this festival is the amount of new product that comes through and the exposure and opportunity to taste so many new wines.
Yeah, I agree too. And I think it's a chance that people think that they come to a show like this, it's a big show, a lot of wines. They have to be a wine expert or they have to know a lot about wine. But I happen to find the less you know, the more fun you have.
Absolutely.
Because there's so much to experiment with. Again, if you love Cabernet Sauvignon, if you love Merlot, Chardonnay, all the popular grape varieties, but I just mentioned Marsanne a minute ago. And if you don't know Riesling, if you don't know the vast selection of grapes that go into many Portuguese wines, it's just a fun experience. And tip number 2, if you get poured something that you're not that cool about, you just dump it out and move on. No one's going to be insulted. There's a lot of wine to try. You don't have to drink everything.
True.
Right on. Anyway, thanks so much. Great to talk to you.
Thank you. Bye.
Sure.
Thank you.
So Rael mentioned the port store. We certainly the Port of Wines, a specialty store system of the NSLC that we've had for a number of years. This year we've sort of modernized and moved on, not only in location but in name. So no longer the Port of Wines, now it's called the Port by the NSLC. It's on Clyde Street, almost on the corner of Clyde and Queen here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. And we've really taken it to, I think, the next level. It's a store that I think looks like no other. It's a perfect shopping experience. And Rael is one of the great folks we have working there that can help you, browse the store and find wines that you like, and hopefully wines that you've never tried. It's going to be your next favorite. South Africa. We're talking now about South Africa. I'm a big fan of South African wines. I mentioned that they sort of get lost in between New World and Old World. They've done it for a long time, but still not that familiar to people. But I think for value and for style and depth of flavor, it's hard to beat South African wines. Spain, one of our certainly growing categories of country. The Spanish wines have been a bit slow to develop over the years, but with great new packaging, colorful labels, kind of really groovy looking stuff that speaks to not only the innovation of the winemaking, but just the forward thinking of the winemakers has made Spain the go-to for a lot of people. Plus, their wines are very accessible, and their reds, especially those from Rioja, with sooner or later, with Thanksgiving coming up, and of course the holidays coming up in a few months, it's one red that goes great with turkey. So remember Rioja and Tempranillo. I don't know if that's tip number 3 for the show, but definitely a tip to go. The United States. Wine is made in every single state in the United States, including Alaska and Hawaii, but Californian wines make up about 95% of it. Now, we have a majority of California here, no doubt, but you'll find some Washington State and Oregon here as well. So you can sort of expand past the fantastic wines of California into a bit more of the Pacific Northwest and such. Great stuff from Pinot Noir from Oregon, great Syrah, and deep whites from Washington State. Again, so it's all laid out. Every product we have here at the show is available for sale. Again, it's just a great, and the fact you get to try them all before you buy them is even better. So I'm Peter Rockwell, Category Manager of Wine for the Nova Scotia Liquor Corporation. We're here at the Festival of Wines, of which I'm one of the organizers, in beautiful Halifax, Nova Scotia, the Cunard Centre, along the Halifax waterfront. Again, not far from the famous Pier 21. You can see it out the door. So let's go over it. So you decide to purchase something. Good idea, I think. I'm going to purchase something. With every ticket, there's a free bottle with your first purchase. So when you buy your first purchase, you will receive a free bottle. This year we went. This year we chose a white wine, Babola from northern Italy, 100% Pinot Grigio, a dry, crisp. Remember I mentioned turkey friendly, fish friendly, Netflix friendly, just relaxing, having a glass of wine. So value of it would be $17.99. So everyone that again makes the first purchase will receive a free bottle. In fact, why don't we? If we did, you pick your bottle up. More of the team getting ready for the session. So you buy, everyone's going to get not only the free bottle, but an nifty new bottle bag that you'll be able to take to your nearest NSLC and fill up with your famous Supercarry regular. So definitely, 360 wines is a lot of wines. You're never going to get to all of them, trust me. There's a lot of different ways, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes on how you can sort of guide your tour. But getting here and getting home safe is the most important. Certainly the idea of taking a cab, being able to leave your car if you do bring a car. But certainly the idea for us is to get home safe and make sure that you make plans ahead of time to be able to do that. Because we want you back next year, definitely. So again, things are getting a bit prepared. The sales team looks like they're ready. I see we've got all kinds of our great folks from many retail specialists from our various stores across the city and across the province. Actually, we do some training throughout the week with the team from everywhere from Cape Breton to Yarmouth. In Halifax, so they all get together and do student training seminar. We have shopping carts, an innovation here at the NSLC. So here we are. You've seen the coat check. You've seen the ticket pickup. You've seen. I missed one thing, didn't I? We walk over. Now, if you do purchase something, 1 bottle, 10 bottles, 10 cases, we have a shipping area that you can leave those and have them transported to your local liquor store. Within Halifax, could be anywhere, could be in Cape Breton. So that's a great opportunity that you don't have to worry about bringing your car. that they will be shipped to you safely, and you'll be able to pick them up at your leisure. Now, those coming, I'm looking out there, the lineup seems to be, well, it looks like it's getting a bit stronger because we're getting pretty close to the first opening of the afternoon show. I encourage you, big social media fan that I am, I encourage you to share your thoughts there, share your ideas, share your photographs of your time here over the next 2 days. Hashtag Festival of Wines. Pretty simple, Festival of Wines. Type it at once, it'll pop up over and over again. So by all means, share your pictures, share your ideas, share your reviews. So okay, you've seen the store, you've seen the carts, you've seen the free bottle, you've seen the bag. Let's have a look at the wines. I came up with this, it's mine. So within the show, very similar to the store, we lay everything out by country. As I said, we find that it really gives you the feel for the wines you're trying. So again, whether it's South Africa or Argentina, Portugal, Spain, France, local wines, we'll all be together. So you can try one compared to another, or try your way all through. And we really hope that shows you, again, a snapshot of what's happening in those regions of those countries here in 2016. Try real hard to bring in, as Rael said, new wines, new interesting products, as well as some old favorites from familiar wineries. Let's go over and say hi to some friends of mine in Sparkling. We've got ice. Yeah, we are. So, we thought we thought this year, typically our sparkling wines are included with the countries we're working. But this time we decided to because sparkling wines have become more and more popular, and I'm sure Bruce will attest, not just as a wine for a special occasion, but a wine you can have at any occasion. Bruce is one of the premier sparkling wine producer here in Nova Scotia. And so Bruce, I can do all the talking. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the winery and a little bit about what you're making?
Yeah, well, this is, I don't know how many years we've come to this show. It's fabulous. It's very, really good for us. It's a very busy time of the year, though. We're almost picking grapes.
We do that on purpose.
Yeah, you do that on
right
purpose.
during harvest.
It's
we'll have the show.
busy. But we're releasing a new bubbly this weekend at the show, one of our rosés, Vintage Cuvée Rosé. And it's fabulous being amongst all the other sparklings this year. I think that's really cool. That's where people, when they want.
Yeah, people think of it for New Year's or an anniversary. They don't think of having it for Tuesday evening for dinner.
Yeah.
But so versatile, especially in rosé stuff. There's so many different things. But just tastes great on its own. It's perfect.
That's right.
So you mentioned the winery. So where tell everybody where Lacadie is.
Well, we're in the Gaspereau Valley. It's a little sub-valley to the Annapolis Valley, just outside Wolfville. About a 45-minute to an hour drive away from Halifax. And we're known for our sparkling wine. I'm a sparkling winemaker from British Columbia. We moved back here about 12 years ago. And we're the only certified organic winery in Atlantic Canada. So you'll see the logo on the bottle. It's actually National Organic Week this week. So that's a bit of another activity that we've got going this week.
Again, we did that on purpose.
Very good.
It's all in itself.
Keeping us on our toes all the time.
Well, that's terrific.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
It's great to have you. I'm sure we're about to let in our guests. So let's get prepared.
Thanks.
Well, just grab one more. We'll say hello to other. I was mentioning South African wines. Hello, sir.
Greetings.
Introduce yourself to our Facebook audience.
My name is Etienne and I'm from South Africa and I represent Grahambeck Wines.
And the Grahambeck Sparkling was our top scoring sparkling wine. Fantastic wine. I've been talking a little bit about South Africa and how, again, there's the average consumer still needs to know a little bit more about it. Obviously, there's still a bit of confusion and mystery about South Africa. But many people may not know that they pioneered some fantastic sparkling wine styles. Anyway, just want to say hi. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for care.
Yeah, I said we have people from all over the world joining us here at the show. Since we're on South Africa, let's walk over and we'll go to that category and say hi to them. Again, I'm a little bit partial to South Africa. It's a fantastic country. Cape Town and the Cape wine regions is one of the most beautiful in the entire world. And speaking of beautiful, let's go over and say hello to a good friend of mine, Alba Baba. Alba here.
Hi, Peter. Nice to see you again.
So we're on Facebook Live at the NSLC.
Fantastic.
So we thought we'd come over and say hello. Maybe you could talk briefly about the wines you're trying. I know you've got a couple that we carry regularly. You may want to mention as well.
Absolutely. So the show this year, we've got the Bearscliff Synergy, which is it's a Cape blend. To be called a Cape blend, you have to have more than 30% pinotage. And this wine has been available at the liquor stores here for quite a while and doing exceptionally well. We also have the big brother of this wine called Diesel, which is 100% pinotage. And then I've got on the other side, we've got two spectacular wines from the Constantia area, which is our cooler climate and our oldest wine region, which Peter has had the opportunity to visit. And we're showing us 2016 Sauvignon Blanc and our Merlot. And then you'll also find in the stores, as Peter mentioned, some other wines from the Mandela family called House of Mandela. We've got the Sauvignon Blanc and we've got the Shiraz available. I would love you to try them.
Fantastic. We the NSLC did a buying trip to South Africa last year, actually, this time last year.
Correct,
It's hard to believe. My Facebook reminded me that I got a chance to meet the
Mandela family, absolutely.
Well, fantastic wines, and they make this very interesting product, but very drinkable and
very accessible,
yeah.
Easy access, and just easy drinking wine.
Terrific. Thanks so much, Alba.
Thank you.
Have a good show.
Have a good show.
So we'll just walk down. An old new friend of mine. Now, you're going to have to pronounce your name because I don't want to. I can try to fake it, but it's going to sound worse.
Isel van Blerk.
See, that would have been horrible if I tried to say. Thanks so much. It's your first time in Halifax.
First time Halifax.
We met in Cape Town.
Yes,
I was in
we did.
Cape Town. We had a great time there. Maybe you could just talk about KWV.
Yeah, KWV has been established in 1918. We've been around for many years in Canada. We've been doing a Canada trip all over Canada, from Vancouver, Halifax, obviously, and then Montreal, Toronto. So KWV is quite a big brand in Canada. We're showcasing the KWV Mentors range. It's a range that honors the diversity of terroir and climate. Very small boutique little cellar that we have at KWV. We're doing the Sauvignon Blanc Semillon and also the Mentors Cabernet Sauvignon.
Great blends, but certainly KWV makes a lot of difference. If someone was coming into South Africa for the first time, maybe hadn't tried the wines before, and KWV certainly makes a lot of different stuff. What would your white pick and your red pick?
Red pick, definitely Rudeberg. Just
which
because
we carry in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, just because it's been around since 1949 and it's really traditional. We sell it in over 100 countries. And then the white one, I'll definitely go for Cathedral Cellar or Mentors Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc. Well, I mean, New Zealand's famous for Sauvignon Blanc, but people don't realize that.
Yeah.
They make some fantastic Sauvignon Blanc, which the NSLC carries a wide variety from South Africa. Anyway, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a great
good
show.
day.
Have a great show.
Thank you.
So, it is a long walk from South Africa over to New Zealand, but let's give it a little walk one time. Obviously, you don't have to bring your own glass. We have plenty that you can have here. Let's say tip number 4. Some people like to taste their way through the whites first and then the reds. I find that sometimes, it is a 3-hour show, but sometimes if you get lost in the whites, you don't get to the reds. A great tip is just to take 2 glasses. So you have one for red, one for white. Then you don't have to worry about cleaning each one. But again, every station has water, so if you want to clean out your red, put in your white, you certainly do that. Since we're walking, tip number 5. Wear comfortable shoes. These are not that comfortable. I don't even take my own tip. Great for high heels, terrific, but this is a very sturdy floor. So wear something comfortable. It'll match. Don't worry. Let's stop on the way New Zealand. Ritu.
Hi.
Ritu, one of our NSLC wine team members. So you're going to use hashtag Festival of Wines. You want to share pictures of you, yourself, me. If you see me, I'll be happy to take pictures with you. We've got a charging station here. You can plug in, charge your phone, maybe try a couple of wines, chilies on one side, New Zealand's on the other. Or if you want some water, you have bottled water throughout the show, so you can certainly cleanse your palate and keep yourself hydrated with water. Also this year, and you're a big Snapchatter, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I like the filters.
Do you follow me on Snapchat?
Totally.
I don't think she does. I gotta check. Anyway, for those that love Snapchat, love Snapchat filters, we're gonna have our own Snapchat filter. So if you're in the building or near the building, you'll be able to share with your friends and on social media with a great frame. Now, these are a lot of my friends with a great logo and say you're at the show. You want to try it? Nah. No. I'm more Instagram than I am Snapchat. So MyNSLCEvents.com. That's a place where you can get hold of our app. So again, I mentioned a lot of wines here. There's a lot of things to try. What do you try first? Well, you can look at the entire list and highlight ones you like and create your own tasting list. You can certainly go by the award winners. I said there's about 35 of those. Or you can actually check it out. I have a short tour guide. A lot of our wine team does. We have a sparkling tour guide. We have a local tour guide. And you can just follow those and discover yourself along the way. So you can pick maybe those 12 wines and then see what happens as you look for those. So let's have a New Zealand. What do we do? Hello, Dave.
There's a couple of them that are
New Zealand, my friends.
How are you, Peter?
My friends. I mentioned New Zealand, a little country with a lot of great wines and doing tremendously well here in Nova Scotia. These are my friends from Japan.
Yes.
I got it right. I was worried about that. They were the award winner for under $20 and Best Sauvignon Blanc.
Correct.
So this is not your first time in Halifax.
No, this is our second time here. We were here about two years ago.
And you loved it so much you had to come back.
Of course.
For the show.
Of course.
So maybe you could tell us a little bit about your winery, and obviously we have some wines here. We have some wines through our regular liquor store channels. So just maybe a brief description of where you are in New Zealand and what your winery is all about.
So we're from Marlborough in New Zealand, top of the South Island. The land that has been in my family for over 800 years, and so
That's about as long as I've been with the NSLC.
you're aging well.
Yes.
You're like a good cheese. So we're right down on the coast. We get that nice coastal influence with our wines, and makes it nice, fresh and crispy.
Oh, it's fantastic. We've been to New Zealand about 3 years ago. Fantastic country, fantastic people. I've always said my comment was always, they're very Canadian. No, that's a problem. My friend, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Great for being here.
See you,
guys.
Peter. Cheers.
So, where we're here, I got this guy here. David Lunn. David Lunn is actually, what would we call this, cheating a bit?
Yeah, it is a little bit of cheating.
Yeah, he's an Aussie. Has a little wine, works with a little winery called McGuigan,
Yeah, tell me
which
about
some of you may
McGuigan.
know. Available quite readily here in Nova Scotia. But today you're born in New Zealand.
You betcha I am. It's funny because in Australia, as much as the Australian category is really important to us, it's kind of like you can't beat them, join them. The New Zealand category in Australia has gone so far, so we really needed a piece to play a part in this market. So we've actually had a New Zealand wine for the last 2 to 3 years. And it's going really well. So it's great to be part of this category as well. So,
Well, we
yeah,
certainly
so-
tremendous stuff. Love the label. I think that's great. A lot of thought put into that. Now, let's cheat a little bit and bounce over to Australia.
Yeah, okay.
So no, why don't we just
Oh,
do
do
it
it here, absolutely.
Just tell us a little bit about. People know Australia for a lot of bigger brands and certainly Shiraz and such. But any thoughts you have on where Australia's going?
Yeah, it's just having a look at what's represented here today. There's 4 states, there's 9 regions, there's a bit of the young and the old. So the great thing is you've got classic styles of like old, it's an aged semi-on. But what I'm also seeing is some of the newer styles of, although Grenache has been around for 100 years and some of the vines are 100 plus years old, you've seen your styles of those wines. And there's a Masana up there from Victoria. There's some really, really interesting.
We were
stuff
talking
to
about
show.
it. Fantastic.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So there's both the young and the old. And it's a really good representation of the day. So it's great. Thanks, mate.
Thanks for joining.
Good to see you.
Always
Peter.
great to see you. All right. So again, a little bit of walk. When we head over to Italy. So again, I'm Peter Rockwell from the Nova Scotia Liquor Corporation. I'm a category manager of wine and one of the organizers of the Festival of Wines. In its 21st year here in beautiful Halifax, Nova Scotia. We're on the waterfront, not far from the famous Pier 21. We're waiting for our first show to start, and that's will be starting very, very soon, in about 20 minutes. We have 4 shows of our gala event. It hasn't been running all week, but this is the big tasting event the next 2 days. We hope you're, it looks like the people are starting to gather at the front of the doors. We hope you, if you're joining us, we hope you share your thoughts, your favorite wines, pictures of me if you see me, at hashtag Festival of Wine. So that's our hashtag Festival of Wines. We talked about the app a few minutes ago. You can download our app. It's got lots of great tasting lists for you. So if you walk in and go 360 wines, where do I start? That'll at least give you an idea where to begin, and then you can discover from there. I have one, we have one local one, a sparkling one. The award winners, you can try the award winners. So let's head over to Italy, and we'll have a chat and see. Italy is tremendously popular in Nova Scotia, as it is across Canada. You have great wines, great food wines. I was in Italy in April on vacation, and it was, if it's the one country where everyone says, "Oh, I wish I was coming with you." Everyone else. Vito, please introduce yourself to our Facebook audience.
Hi, good morning. My name is Vito Candela with the Farnese Group. How are you?
And he's Farnese. I don't know if we would say it's a perennial favorite here at the Wine Festival.
Yes, very
they've been with us for a long time. They make some fantastic wines through the region, but certainly famous in Campania, sort of the southern regions. But why am I telling you about them? Maybe just give the folks a little talk about each of the two wines.
Well, Farnese, it's really, our nickname is the specialist of the south. We have wineries all over southern Italy, Abruzzo, Puglia, Basilicata, Campania, beautiful Sicily. Today we brought to the show 2 of our favorite wines. The Vesevo Beneventano Falanghina, which is from Campania, with your amazing seafood, and Edizione, which is our flagship worldwide. It's a beautiful blend of 2 regions. It's Montepulciano and Sangiovese from Abruzzo, Negro Amaro and Primitivo, and Malvasia Nera from the wonderful Puglia region.
Fantastic food wines.
Yes, sir.
Really, I've been to the region, and not only is it amazingly beautiful, but the thickness and the richness. Unfortunately, you won't be able to get this online, but this thing weighs about what?
It's 1.2 empty, 1.2 kilograms empty, to protect the wine from the light and from the temperature exposure.
Beautiful package, and I mean, it's just a fantastic explosion of flavors in here. My friend, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. Well, since we're here, let me talk to one of my favorites, Angela Bellinozzi. You've joined us a few times here at the show. You've been to Halifax quite a bit. She owns a winery, runs a winery in Market region. So that would be sort of on the spine of the boot.
Adriatic Sea.
Very coastal, not, and a lot of your, and certainly very famous for white wine production. Pecorino, which is great with seafood, which we here in Nova Scotia are certainly big fans of seafood. Maybe we can talk about we have a Verdicchio. Can you talk a little bit about that, and maybe the other 2 wines that make Marche so different from every other region? What makes them special?
Yeah, Roggio del Filare is DOC, is a blend Montepulciano and Sangiovese. Are 2 typical local variety. Roggio, I have 14 years, 3 glasses of Gambero Rosso.
And that's Italy's, certainly the guidebook that is more famous than anything.
Yeah. it's the important award in the world. And la barbecue.
Barbecue. Now this we carry regularly, so you get a chance to focus tonight. So you can pick this up tonight or during the show tomorrow as well. But you can obviously look for it in your local NSLC store.
Barbecue is famous in Nova Scotia. Last year was of the best wine in the Port of Wine 2015.
Indeed, it was a winner last year.
And many like for the clients during the festival.
Yes.
And then Ludi. Ludi, this is the painter for Matisse, La Danza. Is a blend, Montepulciano, Cabernet, Merlot. Is another champ, flagship for my company. Best award for Luca Maroni, China, in Canada, in San Francisco, in Japan, in Germany.
Your wines certainly are popular internationally.
International.
I know you were telling me recently about that you're on over to China soon, in Asia to visit different countries.
Yeah. Next month we'll be in Asia for 20 days to promote the wine. Today for each country.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad you come. Ciao. Ciao. We'll see you soon. So we're sort of, I guess, getting close to the show starting. So we have to start wrapping this up. I'm Peter Rockwell, one of the category managers of wine for the Nova Scotia Liquor Corporation and one of the organizers of the Festival of Wines here in beautiful Halifax, Nova Scotia. Over 360 wines, 12 different countries. That's a lot of wine. So I certainly encourage you to make sure to get home safe. So when you are coming to the show, either plan on leaving your automobile or taking the alternative transportation. We want to see you next year. And anything you buy, you can have shipped through our shipping desk to any store in the province, so your favorite store. So we got a few minutes left, so I want to talk to one more person. I mentioned Germany. Germany is a very famous for Riesling, off-dry, sort of medium-bodied wine. We have the Zenzens who are here that have joined us many years in the past, so we wanted to say hello. Another tip, work your way around the room. Walking back and forth and up and down takes a lot. It's great, you can see people are starting to get here, getting ready. We're going to push these guys out of the way, and the great guys from Franklin Imports. And just want to say quickly, we're running out of time, Regina. Lovely T-shirt, love that. Peter Zenzen. Yeah. Peter, hello. There we go.
Hello.
Regina,
Nice to
great
meet
to see
you.
you. Again, terrific Germanic style wines. We are running. I just wanted to say hello and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
If you love German wines, you definitely have to talk to these two folks.
Absolutely.
Because they are
Riesling rocks.
Riesling rocks. So we're so I guess we're getting close to wrapping this up. 1 o'clock. This is the first show of 4. There's one today on Friday at 1. One today tonight at 7. Tomorrow 1 at 7. If you're coming over the weekend or coming today, you can follow me on follow the NSLC's Instagram account, because me, the real wine guy, and feel free to follow him too, is going to be taking over the Instagram account. So all the photos and people that we've met today and a lot of others that we can get a chance to talk to, I'm going to be featuring them along with our staff and some of my favorite wines from the show. It's going to be great fun. If you love wine, there's only one place to be in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and that is right here in beautiful Halifax, Nova Scotia.